Hi, good morning or good afternoon or good evening, everyone. It's Jennifer, Indy Laura here, and I thought I would make a video today about some of the things I've been collecting for a while. But first, I wanted to talk about this year. I think this is the year of Tomb Raider. I think this is the year of Lara Croft, and I'm very excited. I was watching the Game Awards a couple of weeks ago, and I was just like, oh my gosh, this is awesome. So, anyways, it got me really excited, and I'm looking forward to that. So, anyways, with further ado, I'm just gonna pull out a couple of my collectibles that I've had for quite a while. Some things you may be familiar with, or some things may be a little unusual. So let's get started. So, one of the oldest things that I have are actually Indiana Jones. And I don't have everything out here right now, but we'll start with some indie stuff and just go from there, okay? So, one of the first things that I've got here, which I think is a lot of fun, is this Indiana Jones. It's supposed to be like his journal. They're calling it a... I need my glasses, so just hang on just a minute here, folks. Alright, I'm back. Anyways, I had to get my glasses because I can't really see everything so good in this light. This is a Lost Journal of Indiana Jones, and it's kind of fun. It's looking like that. Some of you may know of this if you're a fan of Indiana Jones. And I just really loved all like the pictures and the little documents in here. I'll try to flip through it. They even have stuff from the Tanis dig. I think I'm gonna pull this camera just a little bit closer so you all can see. Okay, so yeah, there's a lot of cool little sketches in here from, you know, all of the movies and things that are supposed to be Henry Jones's journal here. So I just really liked it because it kind of encompassed all of the movies, and some of you may have seen this before. And of course, this isn't really like a real journal, and a lot of people over time have recreated a journal, which I do have behind me, ironically. It's something fun. It's basically somebody tried to recreate the journal from, you know, Henry Jones, his dad. And I haven't been through this in a really long time, and I feel like this could be a video all on its own. But I'm gonna just quickly open this up for you guys. It's kind of fun because it looks like something that was sent to Indy. And inside here, and maybe I can just kind of... Sorry about the bad filming. I'm new at this. So what we have here is a journal, and then we have all kinds of little things that, ironically, I think were in this. This book here, let me flip through it really quick for you. So it's got a bunch of this stuff, right? Well, what this was supposed to be is actually this, which is, oh cool, I haven't been through this in a while, but there's all kinds of little notes and pictures. I mean, it's actually pretty detailed. I'm sure a lot of people have recreated this. Old pictures of Indiana's dad. Tickets. All kinds of little like artifact stuff. paper artifacts. So yeah, this book, again, it's something that somebody, you know, recreated. It's got all of the little detailed sketches that Henry documented and drew here. It's quite awesome. Anyways, I'm sure there's a lot of people that tried to do this. It's a lot of work, but I really enjoy this. All the pictures. I really haven't been cover to cover with this, but it's just full of all kinds of neat stuff. Could spend a long time going through this. Maybe one day I'll have time. And then also in here, some little artwork here. I think you can see that. Oh, this is cool. This is a Army Intel Information Evidence Report. Pretty fun to read. Let's see, what is this? This is, oh, this is from the Stetson Company. This must be, this must be from, yeah, look at that. That's interesting. Right there. Looks like a real document. Of course, it's folded up, but it could probably be ironed out. Let's see, in this. Wow. This is pretty interesting stuff. I'm not going to go through every single thing. This could be an entire video by itself, but there's telegrams and this sort of stuff. Really interesting. Little documents. Okay, this is kind of random, but this is the Indiana Jones music from John Williams. It's supposed to be the theme music. How about that? That's very interesting. Again, I got this quite a few, I think maybe 2 years ago. And I still haven't fully been through everything. Telegraph. There's some more music notes. Doesn't say what this one is. Oh, here's something. Looks like it. Oh, well, this must be something to do with Marion Ravenwood's tavern. It says, rules of this tavern: 4d at night for bed, 6d with supper. No more than 5 to sleep in one bed. No boots to be worn in bed. Anyways, it goes on and on. But I think it might be something to do with the tavern. Marion, maybe? I'm not sure. Okay. Here's some FBI intel document here. Oh, this is stuff to do with the Crystal Skull. I believe this is from Nazca Plains, Peru. You see that there. What I find interesting about this mask here is I did some pictures at a zoo, and they had something that looked exactly like this. In like a, it wasn't a glass case, but probably like a hard plastic case, and I took some indie pictures with it. Okay, here's another thing about the Ark. Very cool. Again, these pages are, you know, all folded up, but it's, you get the point though. I mean, there's just so many different things here. If you're an indie fan and you want to know more stuff that's historical paper stuff, like articles that would have been from that time, from the movie. Wow. This is interesting. This is, I believe, for the Titanic, or I don't know, Queenstown. It's the White Star Line. Very interesting. So around the time of the indie stuff. There's just so much going on in this. Really enjoy it. Stuff from The Last Crusade. Article report, historical report. There. Oh, here's something about the fertility idol here. Wow, I mean, this is very sorry, I can't speak. Artifact report, very detailed. Historical report. This is all about the stuff that Indy found in South America. There's Temple of Doom stuff. Sankara stone. Okay. I won't go through all of it. I mean, there's stuff with the crystal skull here. There's all kinds of little notes. Anyhow, that's the little diary there from Henry Jones. And I thought it was kind of fun because it actually has the address and everything there. So that's that. All right, moving on. I'm gonna put it up just a little bit more. Okay, there we go. So next, I guess I am going to get into some more indie stuff real quick. So I've got a really old lunchbox. It's not in great shape at all. I don't have the insides of it, but there's that. It's got some pictures on the side, and this is probably from the 80s. Sometime in the 80s. I don't know what year, but yeah, it's not in great condition, folks. Alright, so I got that. My cat is making her way around. Next, we're gonna do some more indie stuff, and then we'll get into more Lara Croft. So this is a book that I actually came across a few years ago. I never did get it when it came out and when they had it in the bookstore. And I really thought it was a neat book. And I'm just going to go inside it real quick. But it's pretty detailed. I really like this part because I really love maps. So it's a really nice book. Nice pictures. Let's see. What I really enjoyed about this was they actually had the Temple of Doom in here, like an actual map of the whole entire thing. Which I used to wonder about that when I was watching the movie when I was younger. Like, how did they get from here to there? So this really has a lot of details about that. And there's just, you know, really nice pictures and like a timeline of where he went. Some things about Marion, which is really cool. Love that. Let's see. Yeah, it's a really nice book. Okay, I'm back. My cat needed to leave the room. So Okay, so I've got that indie book. I've got some stuff around in my room. I'm not gonna go all around the room right now, but I do have some things that I will show you that are Indy and Laura, okay? Because I just have a lot of like small things here and there. So, do one more big indie thing. So I have this Game of Life here, and it's pretty fun. There's a lot of neat stuff in here. The game board is quite fun to look at. I'm not going to go crazy getting everything out, and it's kind of a mess, but here you go. Just so you can see what it looks like. I'll turn it around. It's actually goes that way. But what I really like about this is there's so many neat pieces. There's the arc here. Really detailed. And then of course we've got the Sankara stones here. There's that. And of course you got all your little indies, game pieces, pretty neat. But yeah, it's kind of a mess right now, but I do have that. I think it's pretty neat that they have the little rope bridge here. I don't know if you can see that, but it's a little bit of a close-up. This needs a little bit of attention. But yeah, I do have that Game of Life. I did have the other one that was in the crate that they sold at Walmart years ago. But I did sell that off. Sometimes we have to sell our collectibles. So I do have that. Alright. Getting back to Lara, because this is the year of Tomb Raider, people. This is the year of Lara Croft. So I'm excited. Alright. So, I have up on my shelf the first Lara Croft little statue figure thing. She went in this box and I still have the box. So the box is pretty neat. And there she is there on the box. And then I'm going to pick up the camera and I'm going to show you her on the shelf. So she's right in there. And I think everybody who is following me probably has seen the video with her, but she's my favorite. Now I did add something that didn't come with the statue, and that's this little monkey here. I don't know how well you can see that, but anyhow, got that there. All right, I'm coming back down here. Bear with me, folks. I am not really that good at filming anything. So, okay, getting back to the Lara Croft stuff. So, we're just gonna start with some basic stuff. I've got a pop here. I'm not a big fan of these, but I do have Lara and I do have Indy here. I'm not a big fan, but I thought it would be cool to have both of them, so here they are. Right there. Okay, so I do have some of the game boxes from my Tomb Raider games. One is above me on the shelf here. Got her up there with another Lara Croft figure that I've had for quite a long time. I've got, there's the other box. The other one is, you know, probably packed up, Tomb Raider 2. So anyways, and I still have the original stuff that went with these, which because I played these on the computer, old school, before, you know, I had like a PlayStation or whatever. So it's that. And then, okay, some of the other figures that I have. I already showed you the original Lara Croft. This is the other one that I do have, and it's the Area 51 Lara. And I've never taken her out of the box, so she's never been out of the box. It's in pretty decent condition. I was considering to sell her, but I haven't decided yet if I would. If anybody's interested in her, she's probably not easy to find anymore. Alright, so this is from, this is a figure I got, and the box is not in great shape because I think I've taken her out before. But I believe this is from Underworld. It doesn't say Underworld on it, but I'm pretty sure that was from Underworld. There's the back right there. Okay, and then for the movie, I do have Lara Croft in her combat training gear, and I thought she was pretty neat. They had the other one that I liked, and she had the gray outfit, which was, I believe, the Siberia outfit, but I kind of like this one because she's, you know, it's the beginning of the movie, which I really do enjoy that movie. And then on the back we have other figures that they had, which I don't think I ever had any of the other figures. I think I was more interested in her, and I have had her before up for sale, but I didn't sell it, and I've just had her with me the entire time, which I guess is fine. Because I have sold a few of my collectibles. So I have something that was a promotional thing, and I don't know if you remember, like, phones, like a long time ago, like they had an Ericsson phone, and this was like a little promo thing. Oh, hi. Somebody's saying hello. This is Sienna, my kitty. So this was a promotional thing. They were throwing it out. It was like on a countertop or something, and I was able to get this. So this is something that obviously you wouldn't be able to find very easily, but it's some cool artwork of Angelina Jolie. So actually, I don't know why I said artwork, I mean picture. So I've got that. And then I have a ton of books. I mean, I have a Mummy book mixed in here with it, which I love the Mummy. That's another inspiration. I would love to do a cosplay of Evie, but I haven't been able to do that. So I have stuff that I didn't pull out, but I do have some like really old PlayStation magazines from when Tomb Raider was, you know, pretty popular. I have a lot of the Tomb Raider books, the hint books. This one has the first one, but it also has on the flip side, which is kind of neat, Tomb Raider 2 on there. I think more than anything, I got these because I really enjoyed like the pictures inside of them, and yeah, sometimes I would get stuck and I needed a hint. I'm not gonna tell you that I didn't look at these books before playing. There's a Tomb Raider 2 strategy guide, and again, I always enjoyed, looking at the pictures, and maybe if I missed a hint, I would look at that. There's Tomb Raider: The Last Revelation. Right there. Again, you know, nice colorful book. Lots of hints. And then, I don't know, maybe did I have a third one? I think this one had a, no, it didn't have a poster in it. Right there. And then I have a ton of books on my bookshelf over here. And I'm just gonna get up and pick some of them off the shelf here. Okay. Some of these are pretty neat and some of them are just kind of like, eh. Okay. So this one is really cool, and this was one of my favorites when the first movie came out. It's a tech manual, and it's got all of her gadgets and things like that in it. I really enjoyed this. It's got a lot of sketches in it and just stuff about her gear and her backpack, her motorcycle. Yeah, I always wanted this backpack. Thought this was a cool backpack. So that's another book that I have, the tech manual. Move that just a little bit. Okay, here's some more books. This is the official Tomb Raider files featuring Lara Croft. It's got profiles, features, screenshots, adventures, puzzles, and teasers. So this has a lot of history about Lara and her beginnings and where she's been. Introduction of, you know, the bad guys, her outfits, which is fun. Let's see. Adventure Archive, Chronicles, Diary, Tomb Raider puzzles. These would be fun to print out and do. So that's that. Now this is, I think, this is actually the first book that I think I ever got, and this is Tomb Raider Secrets. So this is just hints and, of course, about all the levels in the first Tomb Raider game. Lots of fun. This is one about Tomb Raider. Well, this is Tomb Raider Legend. And this one actually had a poster. And I love this poster because it actually had, if I'm remembering correctly, this is all of her outfits. And if I could do it, I would get all of these outfits. So there's that. It's a big poster. And it's got all of her outfits in the game, which was really cool at the time, that you could change your outfits. There. Okay, I'm just gonna fold that up as best I can. But that was in the Legend book. Really nice book. Lots of very detailed maps in here too for the levels. So if you were stuck in the game, oops, something fell out of there, you could actually look at the map to help you out. So I didn't realize I had this in there, but I have a Tomb Raider official film companion that I have, and I didn't realize I had that in there, but there it is. Some really nice pictures of Angelina Jolie. Awesome. Let's see. Yeah, I love this outfit. They're in Siberia. So that's that. And then this is probably the most bizarre thing that I've ever come across, and I guess at the time I was like, I gotta get this. And it was early on. I don't even think Tomb Raider 2 or 3 was out yet. But this is something called Laura's Book, a digital love affair, and it's quite odd. Let's see, it says original fiction by Douglas Coupland starring Lara Croft, thousands of Lara pictures, exclusive interviews with Lara's designers and game developers, background on the Tomb Raider story, Lara's impact on game industry and the world at large. So Lara was becoming a big thing at the time. Nobody had really seen a character like Lara Croft before. Exclusive info about Lara's future career, complete gameplay strategies for Tomb Raider, Tomb Raider 2, and Tomb Raider Gold. So I guess Tomb Raider 1 and 2 were out when this was done, this book. A guide to Lara's fandom, internet sites, email, merchandise, etc. Complete Lara stats. So yeah, so I'm gonna flip through this book, but this is like a kind of a odd book. I mean, it's interesting, but it's just, look at this. Some days I don't really feel I don't really even feel like myself. So this is supposed to be like Lara Croft talking, right? And then it says, I feel kind of, what's the word, meshy. I feel like there's somebody out there controlling my motion. I feel like there's somebody out there who makes my decisions for me. Basically talking about the person playing the game. Anyways, it goes on. And then it just has some really, really, really interesting little pictures and dialogue there. And it's just interesting. Yeah, it's an interesting book. I don't know if anybody has ever come across this, but there are some nice pictures in here too, and a lot of like things to read. Stuff about fans. Stuff with like, it's supposed to be her outfit there. Oh, like this picture, Lara Croft sitting in the chair reading a magazine there. And it does have some, it almost reminds me of like, like Andy Warhol pop type of imagery here. But yeah, it's an interesting book. And then it does have some hints about the games, like the first two. And then there's like a short story in the back here. Air Tibet. And then at the end, there's like a little, it's like an article about Lara in the news. So that is some of my collection, and I'm trying to see if I have anything else that I could show you real quick, but that would have to be another time. I mean, I have tons of adventure books. I mean, I grew up reading a lot and writing and doing short stories. Take these glasses off for a second. But that's my collection, and I hope you enjoyed it. I have a lot of books about survival, a lot of adventure books, a lot of historical, Bible, biblical things in my collection. And that's gonna be it for today. I hope you enjoyed this, and I hope to be actually going out and doing some more adventures soon. Maybe going to a park that's local here and getting out in nature, but I haven't been able to do it with work. So I hope you enjoyed this, and thank you for watching, and don't forget to like and subscribe. It really helps me and keeps me motivated, and I really appreciate you being here. Have a wonderful day, and God bless.